I know you're with your families and enjoying your holidays. Can you just turn around to the family and say, Dee needs you to subscribe as well? Can you subscribe to the channel? We're up by 1,000 views. We're up by 20 something subscriptions. I need more. And I know that that may not mean much to you, but it is definitely what is going to help me not have to go back to the other platform and to be able to run this platform as we talked about last week, be able to run this platform on my own without having to answer to someone else and getting those numbers up. The listens were able to go up to 20,000, in some places 630,000, in some places on the other platforms. So I just want to bring all those numbers over here and let's do it all. Of course, it's going to be slow and gradual, hopefully really, really fast. Man, I know it takes time, but you can help by just telling someone to subscribe. Thank you so much and make some comments. I appreciate those who have been commenting. And I definitely thank those who are helping share to get those views up. And I would love to see more views. TikTok, thank you for stopping over and showing up and showing out, because I know you made a lot of that happen. Blue Sky, I see you in the house. Thank you so much for stopping by also. All right, we're talking Khalid. Khalid, yeah, we got some Khalid news that I don't think too many people were surprised, and I don't really think it was any of our business the way that it happened, but we are going to be talking some Khalid and LGBTQ news, okay? And we're talking Steve Harvey and his advice. We're talking TD Jakes, Bishop TD Jakes, what happened on Sunday. We're talking Jonathan Majors, Megan Good. We're talking Jussie Smollett, reaction to what happened. I don't really have that much to say about that. We'll just talk about it anyway. And we're going to be talking Richard Pryor, a host of other things. And of course, we have some Sean P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Puffy, Love, Combs, Sean news. I don't know. Just give them we have some news. And we're definitely going to be talking that tonight. So stay tuned and thank you so much for stopping by. Happy Thanksgiving. If I did not say that, happy Thanksgiving to each one of you. And for those of you who are struggling this Thanksgiving, know that you're not alone. There's nothing you're doing is not regular. I just saw some news just now that guarantee there was a statement that they were reading, I guess, from Truth Social, which I'm not on. And something was said, Trump said some things, and I never really cared too much to tune into too much. Overkill of the negative or the positive or the whatever about Donald Trump. But I will say this, he did add a black man to HUD. Ben Carson's replacement. So he did, to his administration suggestions. Again, those administration choices are just suggestions and they are not guaranteed. But he did add a black man finally. It took a couple of days. But I think, he saw the news on us talking about it and he did add a black man. But the HUD. Okay. All right, so that's that on. Oh, so what I was going to say, you do need to get your shopping over with, and you do need to stock up on some things. I don't want you to go crazy, and definitely do not do what you guys have done to the eggs, because now we all don't know if we're going to have enough eggs for the baked goods. And okay, I'm sorry about that. Give me just one moment. And if I did not tell you, there is never a boring moment on this show. All right, so let's get over to it. Let's get into it right now. So what did I tell you guys? Oh, let's start with Richard Pryor, because I thought that was, really good to hear about. So Richard Pryor was on someone's platform, and did I just say that? See, that's why I don't like to be interrupted. Richard Pryor was on someone's platform this week. Let's just let that sit. The bloopers, they're always so fun to record. Back to what I was saying before. So Richard Pryor's children are continuing his legacy with the new Brewster's Millions Christmas special. And I'm assuming that is for this Christmas. Brewster's Millions Christmas special that's coming on BET. And it's going to have, I saw in that trailer, it's going to have China McClain, Rain Pryor herself. And looks like Romeo Miller. I just love me some. I just love. I still love that man, Daddy. Romeo Miller is going to be here. Romeo, I love you too. So Romeo Miller is going to be in it too. So I'm excited. I'm going to see that. I'm ready to see that. Bruce's Million. I really don't like the remakes sometimes. They make me nervous. Don't mess it up. Don't mess that one up. Don't mess that one up. Either way, we still have access to the other. So that's really good to hear. And, forever rest in peace, Richard Pryor, right? Steve Harvey. So Steve Harvey's advice has been in question again. I was over there looking at an article on Rolling Out. Details are vague, but apparently real trouble is possibly destroying Steve and Marjorie's union. I don't know if I saw that on Rolling Out. I saw that in a couple of different places. But the union is in question. So people are saying, do we really need to take advice from, the author of Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man anymore? Like, should we have ever listened to him? I told y'all back on Blog Talk Radio, I told y'all what I think. If Steve Harvey, I think he's pretty much said this, over the years was a former player from the Himalaya. And then he fell in love with the player from the Himalaya. So two player from the Himalayas, they doing well and they found love. And, I don't know if the things are rocky right now, but it seems like ever since her ex got out, a whole bunch of things have been popping off. Don't really know what that's about, and if that's true, if that's rumors, if allegedly, who knows? But I said this for years. My therapist has a therapist who has a therapist who has a therapist. So his best position when giving out advice to not lose the people that love to listen to his relationship advice, his best position, Steve Harvey, would have been to just tell the truth in his own struggles, right? Just be more transparent about that at all times, leading up to any topics that you want to talk about in relationships. That's my position. It's been my position. And it's easier, okay? It's easier for others to receive lessons from your own experiences. I started that out with my first book, Great Sex is Not Love and Never Will Be. Remember, this is not just anyone will do. So your heart's been broken, please get over it. Reason she's excessive over a man. Reason he dates plus size. I've always talked to you guys about my own experiences and taught you the lessons in regards to it in the book, right? So it's easier for others to receive lessons from your experiences, or it is for me. I love to listen to others and the stories of people from all walks of life, from all backgrounds, and get something from that. If it's for me, I dismiss it. If it's not, it's a whole nother technique that I have to teach you about when I'm not doing the podcast, when I'm teaching one of those lessons. We'll talk about it. Life coach, therapist, pastor, or church counselor lead with authenticity to avoid this outcome. Let's talk about pastors and bishops for a minute. Probably going to talk about it in a few in my notes. But for those of you who are in the church realm or familiar with the church realm or just in the culture, you probably are aware of who Bishop T.D. Jakes is. Bishop T.D. Jakes is the senior pastor and founder of the Potter's House Dallas, and he has also other Potter's House locations. Bishop Jakes founded this church in 1996. I always remember the story of him talking about how he was driving to Dallas to begin with a hole in his car. That's how he got his start and became the mega church that it is today. Well, he was on stage doing service for about an hour, and suddenly, social media just went crazy. It was showing the images of Bishop Jakes having some kind of medical emergency. I did post on my Instagram, I am D Shields, that a doctor who posted up what he think could be happening and possible things that could be happening, and everything that he said in his possibles are things that we need to be really, really concerned with. Because as the church was just hands raised and, praising God, they really should have been running over to the stage to get to him, because some of those medical emergencies that he mentioned, you only have a few minutes, and especially as far out as the Potter's House, you're going to need a helicopter by the time people stop praising and realizing what was going on. So the family says, and there are statements from the church and updates that he's in stable condition. So we shall just see. We're not sure what medical episode, but I would hope with a platform as large as Bishop T.D. Jakes that you don't be secretive, because you haven't been secretive about anything else. You definitely, for the most part, most churches are not secretive, especially that one, about asking for money. So definitely be very transparent about what happened so that people can learn. Just learn, the things that led up to it. Was he feeling any kind of stress? Was that Diddy party drama too much? Because people were talking, I think people misunderstood his presence at a Diddy party, but an explanation was given later that he was there during the daytime and he was just blessing Brother Diddy, Brother Love. So he was just blessing him. And so that's why Bishop was there when, Diddy laid on his shoulder, compassionately cared for him. In that moment, that was just brotherly love going on. So I think people misunderstand. They thought Bishop stayed for the freak, and he didn't stay for the okay? So y'all out there just saying stuff, and y'all should have known better. Y'all should have known Bishop wasn't out there twerking and staying for the freak out. Y'all out of line. Y'all out of line. Okay? So apparently, also, he's mentioned in one of the cases that has been presented, and he's mentioned, I think, in Lil Rod, And he's mentioned, but what he said is not that he was doing anything bad in regards to all the other horrible things that are mentioned in that claim. But what was said, Little Rod said allegedly that Bishop Jakes was there to help Diddy put together an image as all these different things were coming out. And he was there to minister to him. Although that I would think that at the Potter's house there are probably a host of about 500 Diddies that are not famous that could just use the bishop's senior um, pastor advice, and definitely don't. What did Denzel say? He leave before the devil arrive. Yeah, you might want to meet with the devil directly anymore after that, because that was definitely stressful. So I can imagine that the bishop is going through quite a few things, because we silly in this media right now, so ain't no telling what he was feeling. But prayers to Bishop, and let's hope that all is well, and that we get an update soon about his status, and that lessons can be learned for anybody that may go through similar. Okay. Um. Okay, so we talked about that. We talked about Steve Harvey. Okay, in a little bit, I'm going to discuss the tea on Diddy's release this week. Uh-huh. We're going to talk about that. But it's expected any hour now. All right, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about Friday's hearing. Diddy's hearing for bail. So, Diddy's hearing, they talked about the phone use and how we talked about that in the other podcast. How it's being said that the inmates were giving Diddy his phone and their phones, and that's not allowed. And Diddy, I think, mentions during this hearing, well, I thought that this is allowed. I thought my attorney said that this is something that I can do. And apparently they're like, no, that's not something you could do. Y'all can't be sharing phones and sharing minutes and passing over contraband or whatever it is, right? You guys watch that video. I see that's up by almost 500 views. You guys watch that video of the former prisoner who says that he was sharing all the things that was happening while he was in, because he said he had got out a week ago and he was actually in there with Diddy and he saw some things. So go over there. I have that. You can scroll back and watch that. I have that video up. I'll try to link that in the comments as well. So, they did talk about the phone use, and he knows he's not supposed to be doing that. That was covered in quite detail during the hearing, according to sources, right? And then they talked about the social media post. Although I say, surely, he's a celebrity. He can make. Are y'all telling Jeffries, Abercrombie and Fitch, dude? Are y'all telling him to watch what he posts on the social media? Is Harvey Weinstein people, being careful about what they post? I'm just curious. Or is this just for Sean P. Diddy black self-confidence? Okay, so, because it just seemed like the black and white of things in this whole judicial system, as we will see in a minute, seems like it just balances differently. Is that just me? All right, so they also discussed the home choice, where he's going to be. Judge quickly threw out when they said, one of the defense said, he'll be at Star Island. Judge said that's a quick no. According to the source, the judge quickly shot that down. Said, no, that's not going to happen. He will not. You look that up if you are unfamiliar as to where Star Island is. And I would think just the island, and just being so easy access to swimming underwater, maybe a yacht, getting over to the shipping containers. I don't know. It's just so many reasons why that was not a good idea. So the judge just redirected them back to New York, meaning New York choices. And where will he be staying in New York? I do have some tea on that later as to where it is being discussed that he will be staying when released this week. Possibly. All right. So there's an additional discussion on how in confinement rules are being broken. And if the rules are being broken during confinement while he's locked up, how and who is going to be able to control Sean P. Diddy Combs? How are they going to control Diddy while he's out, and who that person will be? The attorney said, of course, he obeys me. Yeah, the attorney said he obeys me. That's what the sources say. Okay, Monday today was the day that the judge then said, okay, I need some letters as to how communication is going to be used while Sean P. Diddy, Puff Daddy Combs is out on bail. And from that was the deadline was today. Okay. Speaking of celebrities in the news, the president-elect for the United States of America, former celebrity, his trials are being suspended. His sentencing trial that was supposed to be this week, tomorrow, is suspended indefinitely. That's what happens when you become the president elect. The people chose. All right, so that's all we have on that. Texas has voted, you guys, for. I mean, I grew up, grew up Texas, right? So if they bringing the Bible back, it makes me wonder: are they bringing the paddle back? And I'm just one of those children. The paddle happened to me in kindergarten because I cut up and I, some hands. No, I'm joking. But I was in kindergarten and I slapped my kindergarten teacher in reaction to something that she said, and I'm pretty sure she said something out of line. But I got paddled by the principal, so if they're bringing this back. But anyway, that's off topic. The lessons you learn in life. So Texas did vote. They had a final vote the other day, and they vote for the Bible lessons are back in the classroom. Now, I did hear that how the teachers choose to deliver this lesson is optional, but they do have to deliver the lesson. So I don't know if the teacher is just going to stand up and say Jesus wept and move on with her lessons, or if she's going to go into learn Genesis to Revelation before the end of the school year and answer all those scriptures, and it's on the exam in order to pass to the next grade. Don't really know how that's going to go. But that is the T. Texas has put the Bible lessons back in all classrooms across the entire state. Skipping on over to other states that do wow moments. A Florida man commits an act and a crime with his teacher wife, and it was just crazy. So there's this video up, and it's just one of those YouTube channels that posts the police cam videos. And a Florida man is being told he's in the office and he's with his teen son and he's with his wife. And he doesn't like what's being told to him by the resource officer, and the resource officer is breaking down his son's suspended. Whatever it is that he did, we didn't really get around to that because the dad is not having it. He is not happy that his son is being suspended. So he's in defense, like most parents are, of their child, and saying that, that didn't happen, whatever. And without really asking for an explanation, which would be the better parental thing to do, so that you can weigh out what happened and decide whether or not your child is really guilty, because we all know our children, right? So, but instead of doing that, he starts getting into it, get loud, so it starts saying all kind of disrespectful stuff. You can look it up. Florida man gets into it with a resource officer at the school and attacks the resource officers, how it is when you look it up. And so then it goes out into the hallway, and then he walks by, sees a black, one of the black teachers, and does a racial, and just the N word out at him. What? But I guess that had something to do with why the child was suspended. Maybe that was the person that made the decision. So he just went at it. So then the resource officer, okay, for real, like, you really need to get out of our school, like, leave. So she's telling him to leave, and then the wife decided to jump back. Yes, the kindergarten school teacher wife. She decided to jump back and hit the resource officer because she don't like what's happening. She don't like what's being said to her husband. They can do these racial slurs if they want to, and my son is not going to be suspended. So she comes at the resource officer like that. So then the husband decides, oh, we could all get a piece of this. This is always Florida. Oh, we could all get a piece of this. So then the husband decides, and he starts boxing up at the lady, and he boxed the resource officer in a head. So she falls, and then the teachers jump in, and then they, start breaking it up, and then they help the officer get up, who immediately draws her weapon. Because at this point, she's like, taser, oh, he took her taser. He took her taser. She had no choice. So she went in at him, and, things ended how it ended, but they definitely got arrested. So I'm guessing those poor little kindergartners, that horrible teacher, she ain't gonna be back for a long while, because they both got locked up. That's some Florida tea for you, I'm telling you. So, in celebrity news, let's move on past that. Isn't that a crazy story? Let me go know your thoughts in the comments, okay? In celebrity news, Jonathan Majors is two things that happened for him this week, and I thought, wow. And I get scared now. When a black man is about to do all these phenomenal things and rising up, I start getting real scared for him. But recently engaged to Megan Good, so it was just really excited. They were both excited on one of these red carpet events, and she was flashing her ring and saying, "Yes, we are engaged." They were excited, and he was, sitting there looking like somebody made sure that he was ready to do this, and he did it. And the enthusement, it will come. Give him time. Give him time to get excited, as Megan was. Megan was excited. She always excited when it's time to get married. She loved it. She knows how to be what she needs to be to whoever it is that she's with at the time. And I do want this to last for her. But Jonathan, you know, but he happy. Okay. So people are online questioning whether or not he is happy or not, or whether that's a good choice for her. But y'all know not to go there with Megan, because Megan gonna go where Megan gonna go. So, but it is in question, right? So, but it's just in a surprising twist on this. I'm sorry, you guys. Or I had to fix that because I know that's very bad for people. In a surprising twist on this Jonathan Majors news, um, the ex dismissed the charges. Remember the incident with the ex? I'm sorry, I think it sounded like in my phone. But remember the incident with the ex? The ex dismissed the charges, y'all. Dismissed the charges. So all of them have been dismissed, drops the assault and the defamation lawsuit. So that was really huge. What I need to do is stop putting these notes on the phone, because I think that's what causes that. So let's move forward. So the so the ex is dismissing the charges, and like I said, things are looking up for him. The whole Marvel thing, and you got Megan Good on your side. You just don't get fine. Megan Good has literally no fat. You know how I'm just taking Manjaro and just getting. I'm excited. I've taken off 30 pounds, and I just think things have just done a whole lot. Just most of the time, really, just can't take. Unless I do those full body shots, and then you see a little bit of it, but I might sit here and never say that 30 pounds is not a lot, because it's a lot. But we're working with a lot of thighs, and. But Megan Good, she has nothing. She took it all off. She took off the fat in her lip. Like, all fat is gone. So that is a good prize for Jonathan Majors. Don't you put your hands on her. If you were to allegedly be a type of person that would do that. Don't do it. And don't get on a little attitude either. Jonathan Majors, you. All right, so let's get back to it. So yeah, that was the surprising twist. Dropped the assault and defamation lawsuit. Not sure if she or if she did that on her own, but somehow she found it in her heart. And that's a good thing, because we love to see a black man on the rise. Other cases in celebrity news that have been overturned is Jussie Smollett. Y'all stood by Jussie Smollett. I know that y'all didn't like what happened, but I remember that he was on CNN the night before that incident happened. So I felt like what he was saying about the current president-elect, I think that was not a good look. So I do think the maggots got to him. Somebody from MAGA, it's just he made the mistake in maybe how he went about sharing with y'all that happened. But I know something happened to him. He just maybe, as an actor, decided to elaborate a little bit too much, and all the other things that y'all just won't let me just. Y'all just won't let Jussie Smollett be great. I just stood by him. I just let him be great. But I'm good. I'm happy to hear about the case being overturned. The charges will no longer be. He no longer has charges. Jussie Smollett is a free man, free to make a movie about what happened. That would be something good that could come from that. So, musicians. It's always something happening with those musicians, right? So another musician, Khalid, apparently an ex-lover, attempted to out Khalid. And Khalid was like, you didn't do nothing? Like, I made it my business not to tell my business, but I wasn't scared to tell my business. So the ex-lover, that just did a 360 and slapped him in the face quickly. That didn't work. So Khalid is just like, somebody said, wait, Mr. Khalid isn't, he said, wait, y'all, is Mr. Khalid not gay or is gay? And then Khalid answered, I am, and that's okay. Like, he just stood for a minute and got up on X and defended himself for a minute, and he got off the platform. He was over it. But he says it comes out as gay. He said, I am, and that's okay. And that's not your business, okay? I decided not to tell y'all my business, but since this person decided to go out there and wanted to get a whole I was with Khalid cookie, here it is. got on there, addressed a couple of people for a little bit, said I wasn't in no closet, according to Khalid, but we don't know him like that. Y'all don't know him. So because y'all don't know him, y'all thought he was in the closet. He said, I wasn't in no closet. You just don't know my business. He said what he said. He said, I am gay, and that's okay. So leave Mr. Khalid alone, okay? And don't touch the music, because you know how I feel. Y'all can cancel till you cancel no more. But do not touch the music, because you know when I love them, the artist, and I love the music. Don't touch the music, okay? Leave the man alone. He said what he said on that. But, I think the person tried to embarrass him and it just didn't work out. Stop telling people business. If it's not your business to tell, don't tell it. Look at me on the show telling people business, telling y'all to stop telling people business, but you know what I mean. Like, you know someone personally and that's private. What'd you do that for? To be, you wanted your little 15 minutes of fame? What was that for? That was private. Now no one else is going to trust you. You're not going to get no more industry. Okay? That was the last time you're going to get that. Now you're going to have to hit them streets like everybody else. Okay? See, you almost had it like that. You were almost sitting on the arm of somebody great and messed it up. Now nobody want to deal with you because you outing people. Okay? So, lesson learned from that. Speaking of musicians, it seems to me like this. I saw an interview with a real estate guy on TMZ, and he seemed to be just like in this big way, wanting to let everybody know regarding his offer that he had put for P. Diddy, for Diddy, one of Diddy's homes, not all, one of Diddy's homes, and he has an opportunity to purchase one of his homes, right? And he just seemed to be all like bragatory. Okay, yeah, he wants 60 million. I don't feel like it's worth 60 million. I'm offering 30 million. And then he goes on to say, I purchased Kanye's house for 21 million. And it was just like, what? So it made me come to this thought right here, you guys. It seems to me like it is big money to destroy successful billionaires, especially black men billionaires, especially with huge famous names in the entertainment industry. It's like it's money made after that happens, right? So I said, TMZ spokesperson was talking to an investor that was speaking on the $30 million offer that was emailed over to Diddy's camp saying that we will buy the home for $30 million, not the $60 million that is being asked for. The realtor claims he seems to be boasting while talking to the spokesperson about with TMZ about how he was able to buy Kanye West's home, like I just said, for $21 million, even though Kanye was asking for $39 million more. Than the conversation goes on, and I'm like, this is really intentional. That's when I begin to think this is intentional. This is big business to take down successful black men. Not that it was a shocker to me, from Bill Cosby to R. Kelly to Michael Jackson to Prince on, but it's really big business to destroy black men, black women, and then profit off of it. And we should be worried about why that's a thing, and we should be wondering who's fighting for that to make sure that stops. Because it's okay to be successful, and they shouldn't fear in their success that their profit and everything they work for is going to be taken in the end. So they're just wilding out because they're like, I don't know when it's all going to be taken from me kind of attitude. They shouldn't have to live like that. They shouldn't live in that kind of fear. You protect the other cultures, protect ours. Those are my thoughts on that. Stop destroying down, okay, you want the money, you want something from them, then work it out behind the scenes. You have to keep destroying the character, and more so than others, of black men and black women. Why? Why is that a thing? Stop making that a thing, right? There was a phone call from a side chick made to her man's phone, and I think I was going to play that, but I'm not sure how successful that will be. But I was going to talk about, let me see if I can get this to run.
This nigga to sleep. Definitely broke into that phone. I'm definitely about to call his wife.
She's broke into the phone.
I'm not fucking stupid. I'm not stupid.
And
he said he told her about me already, but
she's about to call the wife. But then while she's doing this, it's called In the Public Opinion Pod. That's where you can find it on Instagram.
Hello? Is this Sharon?
And she starts wanting the wife to go at it with her, and the wife is like,
why are you calling me?
I don't know.
name is Jasmine, and so I don't know.
Jasmine really want
Your
her
husband
time
told me
and
that
attention.
he told you about us already, and that you guys are separated.
Wait. That we separated. How long you know him?
It's been like, I want to say like 6 months now.
You're going to see. Jasmine does this, but then she starts getting testy with the wife who's just asking questions like, you're calling me from my husband's phone. This is clearly something that you want to tell me about this, and I have questions. So the wife starts asking questions. Then Jasmine gets testy, like, you don't have to get testy with me. And the wife isn't. Jasmine wanted a reaction and for her to just like go back and forth with her because Jasmine's upset. And the wife, she may not be upset for several reasons. Maybe he done it over and over. You know, men gonna be men and it's gonna snick, snack. So she probably very used to his actions, and Jasmine wanted something that she might be number 12, number 13, number 14. And the wife had nothing for her, but then Jasmine starts getting testy. Again, y'all can go over there. I just told y'all the name of that. Y'all can go over there and check that out. It was on TikTok. So here's another update that's happened. P. Diddy's page seems to be like moving the algorithm of YouTube, like videos, strategic videos from Diddy's page. It's almost as if you know something about how this works, it's almost as if someone's boosting the videos to make sure that it goes out to the masses. And if I boost, I might can get it out to like maybe 10,000 people. You know, there's options to boost your videos and to get them out. So if I boost my videos, I can get them out to maybe like 5,000, 10,000 people, make those investments, and then more people can hear the show, right? But, you know, somebody like Diddy with the millions, he can boost it out to everybody on YouTube, all over the globe, because he got money like that, right? So the videos are popping up from 7 years ago, and I don't know if that's happening on your YouTube, or maybe it's just the algorithm moving because of the news that we tend to be talking and discussing, but it's showing some people that are saying that they haven't seen him since the 90s, and they're showing up in these videos, and he's posting some reality checks as to some reminders to some celebrities that seem to have amnesia, and he's posting reality checks and saying, no, I seen you a few years ago, and I watched the videos, and yeah, he seen y'all a few years ago, and y'all was wilding out. Let me see some names I saw that were seeming really more happy than they said that they were. Um, I won't. Just go look at those videos. If they popping up for y'all, yeah, it's coming from Diddy's channel though. I made sure, like, is this really coming from Diddy's channel? And it's like it's popping up. It's almost as if it was filmed yesterday. But it seems to be real strategic as to the ones that are being shared or boosted. But I said P. Diddy's YouTube page is mysteriously sharing videos with nearly all of YouTube, unless they're under 18 years old, from 7 years ago, of all these different events with the major key players, major celebrities, exes. I've seen that, you know, I've seen Anthony. I've seen some people. I've seen some people. I'm not going to say. This is happening on purpose because I'm a YouTube stroller, and never have I seen one person's video, you know, just continue to pop up over and over again. It's really strange. But and there's certain ones, not all of them. It's got a lot of videos. There's only certain ones popping up. So here's the tea, and we'll close it out that I wanted to tell you. Listen, after Diddy shares his team, the defense and the prosecution work together and work with the judge, and after the judge reviews everything, it's looking like he's gonna be released, y'all. It's looking like Diddy's gonna be released and before Thanksgiving. Okay? So it's looking like Diddy is about to be released. Sources are saying that Puff will live in his Upper East Side, New York home after the $50 million bail is paid, which that's hefty. But just like Jeffries from the Abercrombie Fitch allegations and same similar charges, worse, you know, he will be out because Jeffries is out. So it's looking like he's going to be released. The conditions that are being discussed that will be a part of this release, and again, this is supposed to happen before Thanksgiving. So I'm saying within hours, because is it tomorrow? Is it, you know, on Wednesday, Thanksgiving morning, during the Thanksgiving parade? Everybody busy. Maybe how they gonna get down? It's gonna be real difficult. You're gonna have to fly. They're gonna have to fly him over to the apartment. I don't know. It's gonna be real busy. But the conditions are gonna be this: no phones. I don't know how they're gonna do that. No internet. Vetted list of approved visitors it will be a vetted list because some of the visitors may not be able to come, depending on your lifestyle. And if you were real happy and probably if you in those videos of the part, the freak off side or any of the charges that are already out and anything pending and anything with those demand letters, you might not be able to come. It might not be a Diddy party, like a delayed birthday party and I'm out party. Um, it may not be that. So if y'all used to getting that invite, you may not get it. And normally he would have somebody to pray with him, but Bishop Jakes, so new pastors, y'all might get vetted. If not, it's gonna be Diddy and the Lord. Okay, one-on-one. He's gonna have a lot of one-on-one time. A vetted list of approved visitors. Attorney promises that Diddy will not be violent. That's what his attorney said. He said what he said. Put his foot down. He said Diddy will not be violent. He didn't say how he knew, but he will not. Okay? The judges in prior two bail requests denied the previous bail, allegedly due to the lack of trust on these promises and fear of community residents' safety. They say the residents fear their safety? I know, they didn't seem to fear their safety before, and they never made any complaints and made us aware. Or, they lived nearby, and they never made us aware. We all found out with the Cassie video. Cassie's the lawsuit and the video, and then the arrest. But somehow now the residents seem very bothered. They were not bothered before, but they are bothered now. But that was previous judges. This judge hasn't been in those bail hearings. This judge is on his own bail hearing, and this judge says, hey, I don't know. It's speculation at this point, but this judge may be letting him go home. Thanksgiving. Give thanks. Give thanks. You're going to be with your family, and the children will see their dad. And that's how it should be in any case of, we don't know the full, everyone's guilty until, yeah, sure. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. So, until a court of law makes a different decision, or unless enough evidence is presented to say otherwise, then the man goes home like other people with those type of charges have done until the court cases. It may be 1 or 2 years, and that's how all the other cases run also. So I'm not seeing how this would be any different unless there's some November surprise or something that we don't know about. All right, you guys, that's all. Thank you so much for coming. I'm your host, Dee Shields. I appreciate you. You can find me on socials. I am DeeShields. You can find me on TikTok. I am D Shields CO. I appreciate you. Thank you for the continued new views. Thank you for all. I'm giving things early that you will subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And I hope that you will share and tell your friend and tell another friend. And I just hope that the show gets better and better. And I want to start bringing on guests. So if you want to be on the show, let's talk about it so we can make those things happen. All right, thanks you guys. I appreciate you.